Okay, so here I am at the Target at Chestnut and 19. I saw a photo online that showed this entire store boarded up. There's only one window here boarded up, or half of a window. I don't know if they expected anything on election eve, but apparently they took everything back down if they had it up only for the election. At first I was like, did someone get a photo from the riot days? And anyway, here's bankroll. But the wood is all down now, or the boarded up windows are all down now, so they were only up for a short time. Of course, in Chicago and Portland and Berkeley, there are people, you know, who are reading about all kinds of flyers out in those cities about massive protests. And I'm wondering if Target played a joke on people to see who would come out. I happen to see a photo on JLR Investigates. I was like, oh, I haven't been over in this neck of the woods. It's not that far from where I live. So in the past couple days, I haven't been by the Target, I guess, to see the boarded up windows. And they're all taken down except for half of a window at order pickup. So I was like, for a second, I was like, did he get a picture from the riot days of the pandemic and they tried to play it off like it was current day? But it seems he just happened to get a photo before they took everything down again. I don't know what's expected here in Philly, or if they're trying to keep the peace while Chicago goes crazy, and Portland and Berkeley. Those are the biggest cities that we're hearing about. Anyway, I wanted to see for myself. So I was like, I walk around this neck of the woods often enough, and it's like, how did I miss that? Because maybe for the past 48 to 72 hours, I haven't been over to that corner. So one board up and completely fine. So someone else told me that Burlington Coat Factory was boarded up, and also Foot Locker. Burlington is all the way down on Market Street on the east side, way down, like by 11 or 12 or even 10 or 9 or even 8. I think it's by Chinatown, that's the thing. And I got a short video of New Balance being boarded up, as well as, it's either Pandora, I thought it was Scrubs, but it might have been Pandora, or some other store that was really close to New Balance by Capital One Cafe. But I'm wondering how many people are waiting by the Target to see who comes by, to see boarded up windows, only to find that only half of a window is boarded up at this point in time, you know, a day after or 2 days after the election, I guess. So anyway, we'll see. That's the Bruno Brothers here. Some people are wondering if those who want to, I don't know, start a war or loot, riot, or heavily protest with Black Bloc and everything, if they're testing to see what people are doing or what's going on. The police, I think, would already know that. They would know that everybody's sniffing everybody else out, you know. What's going on, you know, what can we get away with, what can we do, and so forth and so on. So what I'm told is, if they see a heavy, I guess this sounds sad, white presence, they might be more concerned about trying to unleash something. And when they had riots in the past, it was a pandemic and everybody was on lockdown. So the riots could go on without anyone being harmed on the streets per se, unless you were participating. So, anyway. This is Barnes & Noble. They had a capacity control or patrol situation yesterday, last night, so only so many people could get in. It's like a 7-Eleven at like 11 o'clock on a Saturday night in a certain part of the city. Should we go down Foot Locker or no?
In the old Rite Aid.
So that's the shops at Liberty Place off on the left. That's like a mall in the middle of the city. It's kind of it can have an upscale feel, I guess. It has Put Shack at the bottom. It used to be Ruby Tuesdays. Also, they used to have like J. Crew and Express in there. I heard J. Crew was closing early on election night. And certain stores like sort of, you know, wound up putting up certain limitations on their service. But quiet here on November 7th. November 8th, tons of flyers for Chicago and Portland, Oregon. I don't know about Philly. I'm kind of relying on JLR Investigates because I don't know how you get all that information other than checking out tweets and stuff. Maybe the Philadelphia Police Department has a little bit of information on tweets or their homepage or whatever. J. Crew is over here at Chestnut and 16th, and apparently they had a sign up about closing early the night of the election. They seem to be back to normal now. So this used to be H&M over here on the southeast corner. Now it's JD. Oh, sorry. And what I think of is Juris Design. Or I'm sorry, Juris Doctor. So Juris Doctor would be like a law degree. I'm sorry, Juris Design was actually a website that had some information up because I worked for them for a hot second, so some of my information wound up there. So let's see. Five Guys, you know, still the same. Five Below, Giovanni's. Foot Locker looks the same-ish. It's hard to tell from here. But I guess the night of the election or thereabouts, they kept their doors closed and like the gates down. It would be more like those fancy cage gates or whatever. Foot Locker looks okay. Here on Thursday night the 7th. I'm not sure what to say about the 8th, but 11, 8. If you take 8 times 11, it's 88. Technically that's a white supremacist number. It correlates with H in the alphabet for how Hitler. Some people seem to know this, like they grew up with all these numbers and everything. So if there are people who know a system, they might use the system to their advantage, I guess. I don't know how people use the number system at all. I just know that it came up a lot. And I was like, huh, that's interesting. So tomorrow would be an 88 kind of day, whatever that means. I would avoid police at all costs. Especially, I mean, right now, President Biden is still in office until the inauguration of January, the end of January. So technically, Trump's administration really won't begin until next year. But still, I would avoid any potential problems just because